happy. What are you doing?
I'm still saying about what you said, that how we men think when you go for such a 12-year-old girl. To me, for sure, it really irritates my mind. For example, if you are really a parent like me, it's very awkward for you to go for a 12-year-old kid. I call it a kid.
Yes.
Because for sure, if you have also a child at home, that means you are not even going to stop raping your own kids. If you can go for a kid of 12 years. So to me, as me, I would think that such men who do such should actually be just killed.
Are we still poor that we are trying to compromise the lives of our children to get sheep?
From what I'm reading here, a low bride price could cost a small cow 200,000 shillings, a packet of salt, a kilo of sugar, a jerrycan of cooking oil, a tin of crude water, and you give out your 12-year-old to get married for such things.
You know, the issue which is raised by the Muslims, they look at a period when it appears once on the girl like this, a girl. So they look at the period. When it comes direct like this,
then
you're ready.
That
is the girl is ready.
Oh, so when I keep asking you, are you on your piece? Tell me when you're ready.
When the period?
Yeah, when you're already on your first periods.
Right.
I think to prove that maybe.
Yes, madam.
I can tell you people that I support what the chairperson is saying. Me personally, I've undergone experience. I always even ask God whether is it a curse in me, because from childhood, from P3, I have that experience of big people, big men. Somebody comes and wants sex. Somebody asks for sex. I also had one time a Muslim, and he's also a Mwarabu. An old man, I was in P6, my mother was still alive by that time. The man was asking my mother to take me for marriage without fearing.
Wow.
The man was really asking my mom that, by then I was 14 years. The man was like, this girl is big, and I had not even started my periods.
Wow.
The man was really telling my mom, this kid is
that girl.
Give me, I'm going to construct your house here, I'll bring a generator, I will do this and this one. And he's saying to construct a house in my mother's plot.
Wow.
P3, I had a doctor who was having 2 wives. He was an Iteso. The man was going to rape me for 300 shillings.
300 Ugandan shillings?
300 Ugandan shillings. The man was going to rape me.
Right.
If I was not to be sharp, the man took me in his bedroom. Reaching in his bedroom, I had to deceive him that let me go and lock the house. We were in a hospital quarters.
Yes.
The man had 2 women, but the wives were not there. He beats the wives daily, every day. But I had to dodge that man. The man was coming for me through the window, through what, looking for me. Wow. I had to dodge him through my thinking. Up to today, I've undergone those experiences of being wanting to be raped. When I'm still like this, I've grown up, I'm now even now 21 years. I'm with my dad. But again, last time, there's a man who took me in a lodge. Just deceiving me, met man was like, let me take you. Reaching there, the man wanted to rape me. I was on it. As I was even in my periods, I had to remove my panties and left it there. And showed him and marched away.
Right.
So that kind of thing of early marriage, me, I'm against it, and I have never felt that. I'm poor, but I've never felt in for early marriage.
Well, I guess that's why we are talking about it. And if you're at home and you are an advocate of this, there's so much to talk about. And it's very scary that men who we are supposed to look up to, and probably will, maybe this phenomenon hasn't happened yet, where older women also want to get married to younger boys. It hasn't yet happened, but it's coming, where old women now, the trend will switch. Instead of old men wanting young girls,
in this very month,
old women.
In this very month,
the past, where a boy said, a boy of 20 years messed up with the old woman of 56 years. Yeah, and the boy was saying, salt is sauce. In that case, we say, so what happened? They gained the boy so much, and even the old woman also. That is in Ethiopia. It happened just within us.
20 years wasn't the
20
boy
years, the boy was 20 years, and the old woman was 56.
The boy is old enough at 20 years, he's choosing to be with an old woman.
No, but look at that age.
Also
going back to your own son.
Let me add something there. It's just the experience we have in Soroti town. we have the youth here who have nothing they're doing. So, since they have anxiousness of they're anxious of having money to spend, they have got these sugar mummies who have money and they're very desperate to destroy the lives of the young people who do not think what is better for their lives. So these ladies end up pampering these boys so much. At the end of it, you find them having relationships with these young people. It's because of also being idle and having, you know, you're being driven crazy, you fail to finish your education and earn something and do something that will earn your living.
And most of the women who are suffering from HIV do that
they
so much. They even spend they spend their money.
Do you have any organizations here that are working to protect young girls? Because going forward, we had Achan, but that one I think collapsed. But we currently have Sudan. It's an NGO that deals in human rights and other things. So those people there, when they come in, even the government comes in also to say they are maybe anti-government. So at times, it is very contradictory that when these people come in to protect such families that have gotten such problems, even some people are not happy because they are acting in the very way.
Chairman, what punishment do you give to parents who actually give out their kids like that for marriage? Because you've told me you've stopped many of them.
There was a punishment which was brought up within TESO here, the leaders sat, and they said that if these parents are caught in that, they give them a very big charge that they can't even afford. For example, if it is a mother of the boy or of the whatever, these were the two people here, they should be charged highly. It is like 5 million, 5 million, 100 cows, 100 cows, because they need to engage themselves in such things, so they should be punished by paying a certain price. If not, they be taken to court, charged.
Because when you look at the law itself, the law is clear. They said when you handle such people there, you are not even supposed to handle them, to settle their matter, to hear their matter. What you do, you refer them to where? To the police. And police will see what to do, if to leave them or to continue with them. So it is now difficult on our side also to raise and punishment to give these people.
I want to close this quickly. Now, these old women, we talked about old women taking young boys. These old women have the money and they make sure that their pockets don't go dry. Whatever you want, you get. And it is very serious that if you are a young man who has ever stayed with a young lady, you tend to compare that this lady was so young woman was so demandful. This one is catering for me, so I should remain here. Because you are fed very well. And then two, the problem of young girls getting married. Most of these young girls who get married at the early stage come from those families where parents have never had education. And therefore, they don't know the value of education. Because so first of all, in them, they have never seen the value. How do they educate the girls to see the value? That's where the problem is. People need a lot of education.
Let me add something there.
Thank you.
The other thing that is causing early marriage to these young girls, because of ignorance, they don't know what their right is. When a girl goes messing up herself, she ends up getting unwanted pregnancy. And you find the parents are the people who are struggling hard to educate you. They take that as an advantage. Then they begin thinking, we should send this girl to the person who has impregnated her. Now the two families come sitting, agreeing on what to be done, finding, then after that, the girl stays in the boy's place to take care of her. After that, they end up in marriage. So they feel that is the end of someone's right to education after someone getting pregnant. Yet, my appeal is if parents could think that these girls who get pregnant at early age still have the chance to go back to school. After they're taken care of, they give birth and they take care of kids so that they have the brighter future.
I want us to look at the protection of girls.
Yeah, let me narrate this in my language.
Okay.
Yeah,
is it a story?
No, it's not a story.
Okay, please.
Yeah,
please.
This goes to the parents. Ibore ya tunone puno erlomuto to my uri akikolepeki. The moment nenyi sajiko kipesi bor ne koto ngesi. Itejo ngese ite. Yanti te kwa niko kakoni bara. Kwa hiyo kwa nedumu ne twati le ngarani ngeske di sirigin le gwele yang sapadi ipale. So, eje kini ngesa momo ngini be. E pedore twati lonyo aidarango. So, ibore nyinde yande twati na poti kini ngeske denyo. Ngesa cham de sapa. Ngesi nteje mo inda pese ngene sapta ngana man because she knows very well be e pedore ngona aidarangesi. That is all I know. Elomuni na neji parents kulepeki. Mam jingara na pese. Yes.
Kati echira chambandanga mbai echuwa abawala sometimes ogenda mufumbo nga bachali bato basanga kati kayama kati prior na ina abawala lero balaba ti today bali kwanjula ate buno ofunye ente nyingi kati alaba naye nga alina abawala naye abawala bakyali bato akiba forcing okola ki
okwegomba begomba. Really?
Are we saying in sorority a girl child is more valid when you give birth to a girl you see gold?
Yeah, for sure.
Immediately.
That is gold. Boys will be left behind.
Girls are taken as wealth.
It's a wealth.
Let me tell you
That's why you see
the tentative
sometimes
program of the day in Teso. So in Teso, very early in the morning, people go to the garden. After garden work, the father maybe goes, mother prepares food, the father goes to drink. After drinking, he comes when he's a bit soaked up. He does not have time to sit down and talk with the children about sex education. These children end up by growing up, they don't know where to go. So at the end of it, because of maybe their hormonal levels, they do experiments which have become crazy.
In this day and age, no girl who has not at least attained basic education, and education meaning now basic education is at least get an A-level certificate these days, should be married. And if you're a parent and you're subjecting your children to this, shame on you. So be a part of this conversation.